Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel and thank you so much for watching today. Thank you guys. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how you can study in the Czech Republic, and I want to take an example of a university in the Czech Republic which has bachelor's programs in English language, master's program in English language, and of course PhD program in English language, all right, programs. So the name of this university is called Technical University of Liberec. Alright, this school is found in the Czech Republic and there are some nice programs in this university. So what basically I'm going to be talking about in this institution, I will talk about the application, I'll talk about the documents you need, I'll talk about notification, and of course the fees and languages. Alright, so if you have been thinking of studying in the Czech Republic and if you have intentions to migrate to Czech Republic next year and start studies, this is a university you should consider, and make sure you stay till the end of the video so that you can watch and understand. If you are new to the channel, my name is Milton Fonkwa. Thank you so much for joining. Please like this video so that we can get recommendations from YouTube. Thank you so much for understanding. So I will be talking about the Technical University of Liberec in the Czech Republic. This school has bachelor's programs in English, master's programs in English, and PhD programs in English. The first thing you should pay attention to this is the application date. When can you apply for this university? Normally, admissions opens in this school in November, all right, then close around February the next year. So if you intend to study in 2023, make sure you apply by November because the competition is high. That is the first thing you should know. Check the links and start the application by November, all right? Then after the closing date in February, they are going to use 2 weeks to process the admissions, and until then you are going to know if you have been selected or not. That is how it is. I will come back to some of the programs, bachelor's, master's, and PhD programs, to explain so that you understand what is happening. All right. Now, the next thing I want to talk about this university is the application fee. There is an application fee you have to pay of $100. That is very important for you to note. Without the payment of application fee, your application would be dropped, all right, would not be processed. Then the next thing you need to know is notification. Notification is done at the level of this university in the Czech Republic. So what you basically need to do when you apply, you need to send your documents. There is a link on the website of the school, which I will link in the video description box. You send your original documents to them, then you pay for notification. Then they will do the process for you while you collect it, all right? It is very simple, but note that most schools in the Czech Republic do not have bachelor's programs in English language. So this is advantage for you to take. Now, I already talked about, I'm still going to come back and elaborate more on the required documents. Now, the language of instruction. When you want to apply for any university in the Czech Republic, understand that you may be asked to submit an English proficiency, and in this case, IELTS or TOEFL are the main documents you need here. Okay, so if you didn't have your IELTS, try to go for the IELTS now because it is going to help you a lot. I hope you get the point. Now, the tuition fee, I talked about that. If I didn't mention, I'm going to talk about it now. To study in this university in the Czech Republic, the tuition fee varies. Bachelor's and master's is the same, which is 3,000 euros a year per academic year. Then PhD is 2,000 euros per academic year. All right, so that's what you need to know. But the documents are not the same. But I will talk about the documents very soon. Now, understand that studies ends around, admissions ends around February, and studies 26th of February. So you have been given, and the next thing you need to know now is, I was talking about language proficiencies. If you want to study in the Czech Republic, all right, precisely in English language, if your study program is in English, then you will obviously need the IELTS certificate, all right, the IELTS document. And this university, Technical University of Liberec, wants you to present IELTS of B2 level. You understand? Maybe 6, 6.5, or 7. All is that it should be B2 level. But if you intend to study in the Czech language, you should also submit a document to show that you studied in the Czech language, and it should be equivalent to the B2 as well. All right. The tuition fee, I have talked about that. Notification, I have mentioned that. Then the application proper now. This is where the trick lies, because this is where you get to know which documents you are going to submit online. The first document I want to talk about is the application form. All right. You need to go to the university site and download the application form that you are going to be applying for, all right, in this university. Then the other document you need is your international passport. Very, very important. The international passport is a very delicate document. Without it, you may not be able to move or migrate to most of these places. All right. So that is something you should pay attention to. Now, after the international passport, we also have the required documents. Remember, I said after 4 months of the admissions, all right, when the admissions is over, you have 2 weeks to receive your letter. All right, that's around the middle of February or something. So pay attention to that, or the end of February. It doesn't really matter. If you apply by this November, by next year February, you will get your admissions. Now, the required documents are your diplomas. All right, your diplomas, you have to upload them and again use them for notification. All right, you also need your transcript. Your transcript now in this case is the bachelor's transcript. All right, so if I want to do the application, I will just have to use my transcript. Then I need an international passport as well. For the passport, it has been sorted already. All right, because I know passport is not a problem with most of us. Our problem is funding. Then you also need your CV. Your CV is the curriculum vitae. Please make sure it is an updated CV, because some international students will not really care. They will be like, I really don't care. All right, so make sure your CV is an updated CV, and your motivation letter as well. They are going to ask you to write motivation letters, so you should pay attention to that. It's very, very important. Okay, I'm just telling you this so that you understand how the process works. Now, we have talked about all the required documents for bachelor's and master's. Now, let's look at the documents for PhD. You also need letters from a supervisor. A supervisor has to confirm that he or she is going to supervise your work. All right, while you do the research, you are going to work under him. That's the letter they are talking about. And again, the application deadline is 26th of September. So let me say for PhD programs, there is a deadline that is too far. But for other programs, masters and bachelors, the deadline is not that far. So you should pay attention to this, all right? Always pay attention to what people, what is on the website. Let me put it this way. Always pay attention to it. Now, the only thing that we need to mention again is the program, or let me say the programs of this university. Now, let's look at the bachelor's degree programs first. If you are looking for bachelor's in textile marketing, that is the first bachelor's programs. If you are looking for bachelor's in production and clothing and technical products, if you are looking for textiles technology, materials and nano materials, and bachelor's in designs, then you are in the excellent place, especially that you are going to be studying for free. All right, you are in an excellent place, or maybe you met the right people. So let me say that is how the programs are, the programs for bachelor's degree. Then now let's look at those of the master's degree, because they are all categorized, okay, according to the alphabet. And if you are like looking at the programs for master's degree, you will understand that they have a lot of programs, all right, even broke down. The programs have been broken down, all right. That's masters in industrial engineering. There are a lot for bachelors, really for bachelors and not masters, all right. So for masters, we just have some few masters in industrial management or engineering, and masters in engineering technology or textile engineering. All right, check the other ones and let's see. But remember, the application date is very, very important, because if you do not apply within the desired date, you are going to run out of application information. Now let's look at the PhD programs at this technical university in Liberec, all right, because it's very important we also talk about the PhD programs, because you never can tell. And for the PhD programs, they have just one PhD program, which is textile engineering. And I think that for the textile engineering, the supervisor, or let me say the supervisor of the program, has to check your application after you submit them. But remember, you need a document from a supervisor to have confirmed that he is going to supervise you. And note that most PhDs in Europe are free. All right, most PhD in Europe are free. So you need to know all of these things, and also pay attention to the course website. PhD programs for faculties, you have Faculty of Engineering, study program, textile engineering. All right, then you also have language of instructions, which I mentioned before, in English. Eligibility, recognized tertiary master's degree prescribed by the art number, this, scroll, this, Poland, Hungary. So in essence, what they are saying is you need to recognize your educational certificates or notarize them. That's what it means. Duration of the program is 4 years for PhD. Academic year per tuition fee is $2,000 US, and the academic year for eating fee is $100 and application deadlines are from February 15 for the first round. There are 2 rounds of application in this school. All right, first round is February 15, then the second round is June 24th. All right, there is a video I actually did with someone. I'm not going to mention that person. Then the person actually emphasized on this. She works in this university, so that is what you should know. Only with your valid, legalized or notarized documents before you can proceed again to do the process. All right, then these are let me say how the program looks like. I talked about programs requirements before, but there are some more requirements you need to know. Field application, I talked about that. Certificate copies of master's diploma and others, I talked about that. Recognition of masters, I talked about that. Curriculum vitae, I talked about that. List of publication is very important in case you want to apply for a master's a PhD degree. Letter of recommendations, I can't confirm at the moment. Then you also have official letter of Czech language. So all I can say is Czech Republic is a good place, but it looks like the people there are somehow naive, or I don't know how to put it. So when you are there, try to avoid issues. Don't run into people and start seeking pity. All right, I hope you get the point. Until we meet again in another one. Peace.